Your boy Zade's back, and I'm still on my journey of trying to learn more about Runick. Today I'm watching a replay of Runick Snake Eye against Runick Bystial. I believe it's Effect that's playing the Runick Bystial and Karma playing the Runick Snake Eye. Effect has 622 rating. Karma's got 610. Karma won the Rock, Paper, Scissors, Shoot. Open Destruction, Nib, Smiting Storm, Birch, and Fountain. And then we got Lubellion, Sornier, Flashing Fire, Destruction, and Freezing Curses on the other side. So, Sornier, I don't think counts as a going second card in this matchup. Flashing Fire and Curses kind of help play through boards, but are not exactly going second cards. If the Bystial Lubellion has branded Beast as a target in the main deck, then this could help going second, giving it some destruction. And then, so with Smiting Storm, Fountain, and Destruction on this end, though, I think we have enough engine to play going first. I don't know a lot about Snake Eye, so I don't even know what this Birch does. If you control a fire monster, you can special it from your hand. You can only do this once per turn. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, send 2 face-up cards you control to the graveyard. Special Snake Eye from your deck or hand. I feel like that's probably a brick of the deck that you probably search it and then special it off something else. So we're going to go main phase, activate Fountain, activate Smiting Storm. Fountain 1, target the Storm, no Hugin. Put back, draw. This might now make that better, but I don't know. Summon, pass. And so we've got Destruction and a draw one and a Nib as interruptions. Draw phase, tip, playing around Droll, tip, banish top card, tip, banish, tip. That's kind of funny. Destruction in the draw phase on the Fountain, which should get rid of the Hugin. Chains, Flashing Fire. That is slick, actually, because then he doesn't have an opportunity before the chain resolves to summon a new Hugin. So he's going to chain this. Does this send his cost? It does. So he can chain Birch, chain Destruction if he would like. Yes. And that'll give him the Hugin that protects. And then he'll summon the Snake Eye from deck. And then on a new chain, he'll get to draw one. If this card's normal or special, you can add a level 1 fire from your deck to your hand. That's all that's going to matter this turn. So Fountain 1, Ash 2. Search Oak, which if this card's normal or special, target a level 1 fire that's banished in your grave, add it to your hand or special it. Send 2 cards you control, including this, to the graveyard. Special Snake Eye from your hand or deck. Destruction, backdraw, Destruction. That's kind of lame. If he drew like a real runic spell here that he could use, that would have been nice. Freezing Curses, out a Hugin. Pitch Sornier for effect. Fountain 1, Hugin 2. So Hugin search Fountain, and then Fountain put back Freezing and Destruction and tip. So I have a feeling that Effect is going to win game 1 because he was the first player to draw 3. That tends to decide games, I feel like. The effect of Guiding Quem is going to be activated to dump the Golden Sword Soul. Next, we're going to Synchro 6 into Tri-Edge Master. So, if anyone knows in the comments why, could you tell me why Tri-Edge Master is being played instead of the Stardust Spark Warrior? They're both non-tuners. One was light, one's wind. I think they might both be warriors. This has 100 more attack. And I guess you're typically only using it for the draw. I don't see a world where you're using a 1 and a 5 to make it in these decks. So, like, why are you playing this over the thing that can attack everything? I would love to know. So we're going to add, and we get Duality. Maybe it pertains to Duality. Then Lubellion for Magnemut. Magnemut effect, probably banish Hugin. What summon is this, by the way? It's at least summon 4, because you summon 2 bodies and then sank with them. So if you bring this out, that would be 5, and you could drop Nib there. Golden Sword Soul 1, Magnemut 2. So because I think this is, if a monster's banished face up, you can banish this and summon a spellcaster from your hand or grave whose attack equals its defense. So that reborns the Quem, lets him go. He said think, yeah. You have to nib there, or they make Baron and you can no longer nib. But the Nib is like not doing a lot. I don't feel good about passing with my opponent having Fountain and 2 Runick spells in hand. We don't know as Karma that they have 2 spells in hand, but you're not in a very good spot. Oh, geez. I forgot they could still go. New field spell, activate Slumber. And they have Flashing Fire and Grave already, too. So this Fountain is going to draw 2, and we're going to add that Fountain back. This dude just going plus Ultra. Draws another Curse and another Slumber. Enters the end step. Does he not play IP? Or SP? I guess SP takes 2 effect monsters. And IP wouldn't do anything here. What does Duality do exactly? Tribute a light or dark monster, especially light or dark from your hand or extra deck with the same original type and level, but a different original attribute. There's probably not a target in deck for that. Wait, but different attribute. So yeah, it would have to be a level 4 beast with a different attribute than dark. Yeah, so we're gonna add Druid Worm off the Magnemite at the end step, which I don't think you get any value unless like that's where if he had IP it would have came up where he could have made IP here and then go Druid Worm special IP into SP, Druid Worm send, SP banish. Like he could even at the start of main if the guy tries to like force battle to force the IP, Druid Worm IP, then SP will out the field spell and IP would out the Nib. He might just not play it though. We're going to activate Destruction and pop and get 4 banishes, which don't really hit anything important. And then he's going to activate the Fountain for the draw 1. It's just hard to think that Karma could win this game when his opponent has resolved Fountain for a 3 and for a 2, and is going to resolve it for a 3 again, and he's resolved it for 1 twice, I think. Oak effect, bring back Ash. Ash effect, grab Jet. Wanted effect, search Diabellstar. So I think everything except Nib is known to the opponent at this point as well. I believe this was searched. I know this was just searched, and I know this was just searched. So I think the Nib's the only unknown. Unknowns over here, I think, are everything except Fountain. We're going to link 2 into Sunlight Wolf. Special the Diabellstar. Trigger Sunlight Wolf's effect to add back Birch. Diabellstar to set Snake Eye Sinful Spoils. And what was that? Did he just declare Jet? So Jet pitch the big Snake Eye from hand, summon itself. Do we do anything here? Probably not. Oh, whoa, this triggers? This card sent from the hand or field to the grave. Special 2 level 1 fires from your graveyard. Yo, that's nuts, actually. I didn't realize that was from hand also. Go into the formula, get a draw, which helps with Runick cards. Like we see, draws a curse, which is now an interruption plus a draw later. Goes into SP, SP, banish, Lubellion from grave. Oak, send itself in Synchron to summon the big snake from deck. Big snake effect. Place formula Synchron in the zones. During your opponent's turn, quick effect targeting monster card treated. Yeah, so this will let him special the formula. And then formula will let him synchro with this on the opponent's turn to make a Baron. That's kind of nice. So we're just going to go to end phase from here. Which is a little awkward. Like, I feel like this guy's got a lot of bodies now that he's just kind of not doing anything with. But he probably has a plan for them. We're going to see Druid Worm try to banish Nib. We're going to chain the SP Little Knight to banish itself and his token. So the Druid comes down, the Nib's gone. Maybe you were supposed to hold this because you could chain SP for free, but maybe not. Maybe you didn't want the link material. I don't really know. Because this here could make like the Chaos Angel. And I don't remember which of the effects it gets for Dark, but you'd for sure at least get the Druid Worm send to force one of these interruptions. We're going to go draw phase, Snake Eye effect. Part of my yawn. Summon out the formula. Activate Duality, send Druid Worm. Summon from the extra deck this thingy, Malong. This card's special summoned. You can increase or decrease its level, and if it's sent to the grave, you can return a face-up card your opponent controls to the hand. So now we'll get Druid Worm's effect, and it's a tuner. So we'll get Druid Worm's effect to banish the formula, or send the formula, and this has to be used in the main phase. He's going to chain SP to get rid of this, so we're kind of dealing with 2 interruptions, but the freezing curses will come down, it looks like. And then he's going to chain Birch, JK. He's just going to let it resolve. Goes to main. Here he could still make the Chaos Angel or a Baron now because he has a legitimate tuner. And then he's going to get the bounce. And he's going Baron. Bounce a face-up card. He's going to bounce the Fountain. We'll see Birch chained. Ash chained to that. Freezing Curse chained to Baron. Fountain gets bounced. So that is a little awkward because the Baron is stopped for this turn, which was going to get a pop anyways, so maybe it was best to use it on something. But like now he doesn't have a Runick spell to trigger Fountain on his own turn. And he's kind of got to top deck into one. If he does, he's chewing 5 gum. He's going to get the big snake to summon 2 littles and then trigger their effects. Add back, special, or search or something. I think this one searches. Yeah, search Oak. I wonder how many of each he's playing. If that's his second Oak, he probably plays 3, 2, 1 is my guess. 3 of this, 2 of this, 1 of this. Duality effect to put back Gary and Hugin to draw. Duality is really cool in that regard, that it gives you these neat extra deck plays that kind of make you play weird one-ofs in your extra deck, but then it also can accrue, recur those resources and give you a draw. This card's just really nice. Draws Lubellion, Fountain, activate Slumber. Slumber, summon Gary. Gary 2, Slumber 1. For the mightiest of draws Dispelling Destruction. This dude's at a spot effect where I don't think he can lose. Like, all of his non-runic cards are, out of the deck, and he's just going to keep drawing 3 every player's turn. Lubellion for Sorinir. Sorinir effect banish formula, which gets that out of rotation, which is good. It kills potential plays later. Lubellion bring itself back by getting rid of Sorinir. On summon, we're going to get Nib. That makes the flashing fire better too. The fact that he's going to nib and now that Baron didn't stop it. But this guy still doesn't feel bad. Like, his board's gone, but he's got 3 interruptions and a draw on his opponent's turn. Like, I don't know how you could feel bad in that scenario. Wait, what does Diabellstar do here? During your opponent's turn, if this card's sent from its owner's hand or field to the graveyard, send a card from your hand or field to the grave to special this card. Then if it's special, you get to set the spell. Cool. So he specials it, he sets the spell. Then we're going to see Destruction pop his set. A new Fountain come down. Dispelling to summon. Fountain draw 3, live in the dream. Or 2? Fountain draw 2. Who are you? Draws Flashing Fire. So Flashing Fire, Slumber, Runic Curses are the 3 in hand. And he's going to set them, which is kind of cool in case his opponent tries to out the Fountain. We're going to draw a Wanted. Activate Wanted in the draw phase. Search the Diabellstar. Main 1. So that draw was just dead. We're going to activate this spell now to add back the big Snake Eye. Or to search, I mean. Add a level 1 from deck to your hand. So he's going to add Kurikara, which is an interesting add here. It doesn't really do anything, but I think that, excuse me, signifies he's at the end of his engine. Or that there's just no advantage to adding his engine. Wanted, put back. Holy, that guy's killing me. Put back, draw Slumber, which is the perfect draw here. Not literally, because maybe one of the other runic spells would have been better, but a runic spell is gold here. So we're going to summon Oak, and now we just kind of have to try to bleed through interruptions, which is hard when Fountain's on field because they just replenish. Special Birch. Oak send itself in Diabellstar. It resolves negated. Activate Slumber. Special Munin. And then trigger Fountain for 2. Will it be enough? Will draw 2 be enough? This guy feels like he doesn't play a lot of Runicks. Maybe they're just banished, though. Because so the standard Runick lineup, I believe, is 3 curses, 3 tip, 3 flashing fire, 3 destruction, 3 slumber, and then a dispelling and a hammer. So 17 names, 15 to 17, right? And yeah, there they are. There's a lot of them banished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 banished. So half at most, and then 13 cards left in deck. Like, most of them have to be Runick spells at this point. We're gonna set the Sinful Spoils off Diabellstar. Where does he go from here? This is super awkward. We're going to link into SP Little Knight and activate the effect to try to banish Fountain, and that resolves. I wonder why he didn't Fountain draw before. I guess it was just for 1. So now a Fountain's engraved and a Fountain's banished. So if he can't recycle Gary, he's Fountainless. I don't know if he plays multiple Gary, but Duality will do the trick. Duality, get rid of Hugin. Summons out Alvain. So I haven't seen anything crazy strong be summoned off Duality. This kind of feels like he's just playing it to dodge hand traps and give follow-up, kind of. Because, like, how often are you using this, sending Hugin, going into this? Like, maybe a lot, actually, because it's a tuner. I don't know. But Duality is going to put Gary back and Hugin. And he'll draw Flashing Fire off of it. So here we are going to Flashing Fire, Special Gary, Gary effect to add Fountain. New Chain SP could activate, but probably won't. We're going to see Flashing Fire come down, pop the token. And then Birch Chain, send Flashing Fire to summon 2, or just 1 from deck. And then Fountain 1, Oak 2. Adds back Jet. Puts back Flashing to draw and draws triple Tactic Talent, which is, again, not a Runick spell. So now we're going to Synchro 6 into Coral Dragon. Activate Fountain. When Fountain's activated, we're going to SP, banish Coral and Oak. So now Slumber comes down. We're going to get another draw, 1,000,000 here. Summon Sleipnir, and then activates Fountain. Put back 1, 2, 3, draw 3. So many draw 3s have resolved on effects end this turn, or this game, that it's kind of hard for him to lose, I feel like. But this guy has not drawn nearly as much off the Runick cards, but has just kept advantage off the Snake Eye cards. It's impressive that they've been able to, like, compete with one another advantage-wise. Next, we're going to get Regain to draw and put back. Which is kind of savage with the Sleipnir too. Banish their card, then put their card back so they don't get it. Activate Tip for Curse. Tip, banish 1. 4, 5, 6. He actually, this is enough to put his opponent on decked out. Because he's going to draw to 9, and then this will banish 3, 4, and 2. So then he'll have no cards left in deck, and he'll just be playing with his hand, and he'll have to get lethal that turn. So Oath comes back, Sleipnir comes back, Coral Dragon comes back. Main phase 1 is entered. Summon Jet. Regain, summons Magnamut. Magnamut searches on the end step. Talents to draw 2. Oh, wait. What? Is this guy a bot? When he goes Talents, draw 2, you could chain Destruction, target this. Chain Freezing Curse, target one of his guys. Banish 7 from his deck. Oh, wait, no, he already drew, so that wouldn't have decked him out. I'm the bot. But now you could have chained this, too, and popped the last one. You'd use all your cards, so if they had any counter, you die, but you could have won off the deck out right there. Maybe it doesn't feel worth it to him. Too high risk or something. Effect, we're going to destroy it. Banishing. And Hida could technically search here, but I think it's a safe bet that they're out of targets. And if they're not, we know they have so much engine that, like, do we really care if they get it? Now we see Fountain get Destructioned, and then we're going to chain our Freezing Curses for a Hugin and protect it. A nice little draw 2 to make the day better. Now summon Kurikara, getting rid of the Magnamut. Puts him to 3k as well. Jet Synchron effect. Snake effect if there's targets. Oh, it can summon from grave. So yeah, there is. Oath and Birch. Oath effect. Summon back. Holy moly. These bodies just keep coming back. He does play the IP. Summon IP. Link those into SP. SP effect on Fountain. That is the second Fountain banish. So effect has to win this quick. We're going to go freezing to negate and banish. Fountain to draw 2. Do we have an out to that? We have our destruction, which will also banish 4. That should just be game. Are you able to chain Slumber and end the game that way and banish 3? Probably not. But if he can top deck Tip, he decks him out. Although I feel Karma just going to scoop or something soon. Links into Underworld Goddess using the Coral Dragon. Or using the Sleipnir. And then enters the end step. Div Incarnate, bring back Baron. Coral Dragon? I think he just misclicked. But this is a tough one. The Smiting Storm actually just wins the game. So here you probably just throw all your cards out until their 2 interruptions get used, and then you Smiting Storm them for game. Yeah, so we're going to go summon Hugin. And then he summons the Zeus thing, the Sky Crisis. He's going to use that to bounce the Baron. Set 1, set 1. What is he doing? What? Am I dumb? Up to the number of cards they control. Which means you get to pick. So you could have went Smiting Storm for 1. But instead he played that weird. But he still won, so it's okay. Game 2. We'll be seeing Karma go first. Opens Fire Recovery, Solemn Strike, Ash, Tip, Slumber versus Tip, Magnamut, Sorneer, Flashing Fire, Slumber. So Karma is looking pretty good this game. His opponent doesn't have an interruption, so he's going to get set up. Pitch Fire Recovery, Search Fountain. He's going to get a draw 3. Fountain for Tip, Tip for Destruction. Or at least a draw 2. He might be opting for the draw 2 here. Oh, and he hit a Fountain. Nice. So then Fountain, put back Tip. Put back Slumber, draw 2. Draws Fountain, Freezing Curses. So we've got just like no combo, but a casual 4 interruptions on the opponent's turn. Draws Dispelling. Activate it in the draw phase. Effect, pitch Sorneer. Do we get Solemn Striked or Freezing Cursed? We get Ashed. I feel like I would have Freezinged it, to be honest. Reasons why ashing it, I don't know, actually. You guys think it was right to ash it, or would you Freezing Curses it too? We're going to tip for Fountain, though. Banish Diabellstar. Sorneer, dump the Lubellion. Activate Fountain. Destruction on Fountain. Chain Freezing Curse. So banish a lot from his deck. Getting rid of the Fountain. And then we're going to get our own draw 2 here. If this hits a hand trap, he's insane. It does not, but it hits a Flashing Fire. So he's still insane. Magnamut, attempt to banish to summon. Could have Solemn Striked that. But he's going to let him tribute for the Lubellion, and then he's going to Flashing Fire that. Banish 2. Hitting one of the regained is nice. 2 curse being gone is nice. A Fountain gone is nice. Effect amidst defeat. Yeah, there's not much he could have really done there. It's really hard once they start resolving the draws to stick in. Like, I don't know how Karma stuck in so long game 1. Here, he opened very good for going first, but kind of like mid, having only 1 hand trap going second. These runic variants also don't feel like decks that necessarily lose to hand traps. I feel like there are going second cards that just like blow them out. I don't know what they are, but I don't think they're hand traps. But I don't know, because like what other kind of cards exist in Yu-Gi-Oh that would blow them out? Because like you see this guy playing Cosmic, but if you're playing against the Bystial Mirror, they're ending on Baron, so like the Cosmic's not always working. I don't know. What do you guys think is right to like what good main and side cards against this deck? We see the Quem come down, Quem effect. We don't ash that. Dump the Ecclesia. Slumber effect for Hugin. Hugin 1, Quem 2. Grabs Fountain. Reborns. Now we get his effect to summon out the Golden Sword Soul. Sink 6 into the try. Draw a card. And then here we can just make Baron. Yeah, it makes Baron. Activate Fountain. Activate Destruction. Fountain effect. Or Hugin 2, Fountain 1 it looks like. Yeah. So search Fountain, draw 3. Draws Duality, Sorneer, Freezing Curses. Sorneer effect, banish his own card. Maybe that's why they play it, because it's light, so it's a banish for these, and it works with Duality. I might have answered my own question. That might be why they play that over the Stardust one, because I think the Stardust one is a wind, the Charge Warrior. But it might also be light. If it's light, then I don't have any idea why we're playing that one instead. Quem gets reborn, though, because Golden Sword Soul was banished. Synchro 10 for Dispotter. Sorneer dump Lubellion. Dispatter bring back the Iris, or the Golden Sword Soul. And then Lubellion summon itself by tributing the Dispatter, and then gets regained. At first I was thinking this seems kind of stupid, getting rid of an interruption for a Lubellion that's going to get not an interruption. But when the opponent summons, I'm pretty sure Regained can just reborn the Dispatter, so it's not like Dispatter is necessarily gone. Plus now you can link or sync or something with the Lubellion and still get value. So he's going to go into Centurion Legadia, which I think literally is just a Synchro 12 that draws a card, and it's a huge body. Draws Lubellion, uses Lubellion for Magnemite. Magnemite summon itself, and then Regained put back, Magnemite search on end step. And we drew a Druisworm off the Regained put back draw, which is nice. Synchro into SP. This is another spot where I'm confused why he doesn't just make IP when you've got this guy that does nothing on your board. Wouldn't you just make IP so you can IP into SP, get the initial banish, and then still get the SP effect later? I could be wrong, and he could just not play it too. His extra deck looks like it's tighter, but like you have Druisworm too. I feel like you should definitely play IP with Druisworm, because then you could like Druisworm a thing and then IP away the Druisworm for SP, then Druisworm send, SP banish. Like that just seems really good. Duality put back Hugin and Sorneer to draw a card. Draws a tip. Holy shit. How do you... Tip is so good. I don't think effect can lose. Even though there's things that... Like, if he plays IP, he could have done more, but I don't think he can lose. He gets Ecclesia back. Searches Sorneer. Like, this is so many goddamn cards. He had to set runic spells, not even in case Fountain gets outed, but so he doesn't have to discard. That's insane. Draws Snake Eye Ash return, though. Tip in the draw phase. How do you even, like, begin to look at a board that's got, like, 2 negates on board, 2 sets, 6 in hand, and a Fountain on field? Like, I don't even know how you process how to play against that. There's just so many unknowns to have to figure out. But we're going to tip for Fountain and make him banish 1. Then we're going to activate Fountain. And then we're going to activate Flashing Fire to pop the... Looks like he's not sure which one he's popping here. I guess I'll just kind of wait and see. So he popped the... What? I'm a little confused how that chain went. I think it was something along the lines of effect to pop, chain effect to banish, chain effect to special is what I think happened. So now we're going to get the effect of Hugin to search and maybe Fountain to draw. And we're going to chain Flash and Cosmic. And that might just be a wrap, honestly. I could see him scooping. He probably is, yeah, going to still summon Snake Eye Ash. But then Regain's going to bring Dispatter back. That's going to search Div Incarnate. Summon the Diabellstar by sending Ash. Diabellstar effect. Grab the spell. Like, what does this do, though? Tip for destruction. Pop the spell. Kurikara is still not live. Yep, and the game just scooped, so effect takes the win. Thank you guys for watching. If any of you answered any of the questions I asked throughout this, thank you. And if anyone plays this deck, give me some pointers. I'm trying to learn about it.